Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker versus the Triads, Rush Hour to Ricky Tan analysis. Join Hollywood insiders as we dive deep into the plot of the 2001 action comedy classic, Rush Hour 2. In this episode, we uncover the full story behind Ricky Tan's massage parlor and his connection to Chief Inspector Lee's past. LAPD Detective James Carter is on vacation in Hong Kong with his friend, Chief Inspector Lee, when a U.S. Consulate puts their plans on hold. The investigation points to the Triads, led by Ricky Tan, a man who was once the police partner of Lee's late father. In a pivotal scene at the Heaven on Earth massage parlor, Lee and Carter attempt to question Tan, leading to a chaotic brawl that forces them to flee the establishment without clothes. We explore how the sealer discovered that he betrayed the police force and worked for the Triads. Tan confronted him after Lee's father pleaded for him not to his son. Background: Ricky Tan worked for the Hong Kong police force and was Lee's father's partner. While investigating an international smuggling case, Lee's father soon discovered that Tan was working for the Triads all along, just as he would deliver the information to his superior. Tan confronted Lee's father at gunpoint. Lee's father knows that Tan bonded with his son and asked him to promise not to his son. Tan was upset by this, so Lee's father. The evidence disappeared. The case was never solved and Tan resigned from the police force. Rush Hour 2. 5 years later, Tan started another crime wave with the Triads and became their leader alongside his henchwoman, who he had hired her to U.S. Customs agents, who were impersonating themselves as American translators, trying to investigate them. Lee followed the plan and went to the American embassy, delivering them a disguised as a package. Soon after the building, the two agents. Later, while Lee and his friend LAPD Detective James Carter are getting relaxed at the Heaven on Earth massage parlor, they see Tan sitting down on a recliner after he emerged from the spa room. Carter tells Lee they should go and arrest him, but Lee warns him not to because he is very dangerous. Lee goes to call for backup and Carter decides to confront Tan himself. He walks over to him and demands that he get up, but when Tan tells him that he's busy as of the moment, Carter jokingly says that he's busy too and again tells him to get on his feet. Tan recognizes Carter and says he knows that he is Lee's American friend. Carter once again makes another joke and again tells him to get up. Tan laughs and says that Americans are so funny. Angry, Carter takes Tan's laptop and throws it on the ground, breaking it, and then proceed to stomp on it repeatedly. Tan's bodyguards stand up, but Tan orders them to settle down. Lee comes out witnessing the fiasco and tries to stop Carter from physically Tan. Tan is happy to see Lee again, but Lee explains to him about the two Americans from the embassy and asks him to come down to the police station. Tan tells Lee if he has any more questions, he should ask him here. Lee makes a move with his mouth and Carter mistakenly thought that Lee was telling him to Tan. He grabs Tan by the collar of his robe, causing the bodyguards to stand up and confront him. Slightly frightened, Carter apologizes for breaking his laptop and offers to pay for him and get him a new one. Tan tells him that he must excuse himself and tells Lee to have a good day. He then immediately leaves, leaving his bodyguards to confront Lee and Carter. This breaks into a large brawl, which ends with the two as victors, but then they are later captured by Lee and stripped of their clothes. Later, Tan holds a dinner party on his yacht in the middle of Hong Kong harbor. Carter makes it to Tan's boat before Lee does, but when they are able to catch up with each other, the Triads tell the cops that Tan is waiting for them. On their way to the main deck, Lee reveals to Carter that Tan was his father's partner. Meanwhile, Tan reprimands Hu Li for disappointing him and asks her if she has forgotten where she is from. He tells her not to forget who she works for, as he asks her if she's sure she will think she can be a leader. Li and Carter arrive to confront Tan. Tan angrily screams at Hu Li to leave and tells Li to have Carter wait inside. Carter refuses, but Li tells him that he will be fine. Carter reluctantly leaves. Tan tells Li that he never blew up the embassy, but he believes some of his people did and that he is being framed. He is caught up in a war within the Triads and is afraid he is going to lose this time. He says to Li that if his father was still alive, he would have turned to him for advice, but Li warns him to never speak of his father. Tan asks Li for help as he cannot trust anybody. When Li interrogates him on why they killed the customs agents, Tan tells Li that he will give him all the information he needs, but he has to get him out of Hong Kong right away. Suddenly, Hu Li and some henchmen interrupt the meeting, but when Tan starts to reprimand her again, she responds by shooting him in the chest and he suddenly falls of the boat. Hu Li then leaves her henchmen to deal with Li, who defeats them before chasing after Hu Li, who manages to escape off the boat. 3 days later, Tan somehow ends up in Las Vegas alive and well after having faked his death. He appears at the Red Dragon Casino when Hu Li captures Li and takes him to the upstairs control room. Isabella Molina, a crook U.S. Customs agent who is revealed to be a U.S. Secret Service agent working undercover, is shown sitting on the couch as Tan tells Li that he is back in business. Tan then reveals to Li that he is the mastermind behind the counterfeit smuggling ring and that he and Hu Li worked together to fake his death back in Hong Kong. Hu Li points out to her boss that Stephen Rain, the owner of the Red Dragon, is heading for the penthouse to get the plates which were used for the counterfeit scam. They see Carter on the security camera dancing on a crap table, and Tan orders Hu Li to tell the security to get rid of Carter. He then turns to Li and tells him that the trouble with partners is they die, as will he. Before he leaves the control room, he leaves Hu Li to do whatever she wants, telling her to have fun. With help from both Isabella and Carter, Li escapes the explosive situation and spits out the grenade that he was holding in his mouth before. Hu Li detonates it on a gambling table. Li then chases after Tan while Carter fights Hu Li. Back in the house, Rain is shown opening the plates and is about to leave when he runs into Tan. Rain tells him that he's cutting their deal short and is keeping the plates, showing him a tucked into his trousers, apparently warning him not to him. Tan tells him that he enjoyed his story about the dragon and the treasure, and his mother used to tell it to him all the time. He asks him if he knows the morale of that story. Rain says greed will imprison us all. Suddenly, Tan him in the stomach with N and says that he hates that fortune cookie. As Rain to the ground, Tan takes the plates and is about to leave when Li arrives and confronts him. Tan laughs and says, "Just like your father." He says he really did try to help him, to share with him and to make Li's life better, but he was too weak and too afraid of change. Li demands the plates, telling Tan that it's over. Trivia: in the theatrical version of the film as Tan Rain, he says, "I hate that fortune cookie, ***T. In the TV edited version, he says, "Where'd you get that?" in a fortune cookie. In the scene where Tan tells his henchmen to go after Carter, what he actually said in Cantonese was, "Tell them to get rid of Li's friend." To avoid any possible controversy,